good to see you, Deanrea. Good to see you again. You know, we spent time in Aspen.
Oh, a great time.
Anytime I can spend time with brilliant young people like you is a blessing. But let's start from the beginning. Where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Very interesting place, difficult at times, but it's a great place.
And what grade were you in when you entered KIPP?
I was fifth.
Okay. What was your experience like?
I felt like KIPP was sort of tailored to students like me. You know, students who were sort of born into or thrown into socioeconomic circumstances that are just not conducive to just a thriving life in the United States. I think KIPP took that very much into account with, you know, this notion of to and through college that we didn't fully comprehend at the time, but eventually, like, it's really started to sink in. And that meant a lot to me. I couldn't give a grammar or a syntax to it at the time, but I appreciated it in the moment. And I felt it from the teachers. Like, these are some of the best teachers I've ever had. And I really appreciate that, even to this day.
You talked a bit about challenges with comprehending coming out of your environment, the capacity to go to and through college. Talk about what you understood about what was possible for you beyond high school as you were growing up in Tulsa.
I didn't know if college was an option, but I specifically had my godmother in my life, and she was a university professor. Education for her was the ticket to play in this game of life. And having her in my life as an outside force really did a number on how I viewed education from that point on. Then I coupled that with going to KIPP, which is so focused on college, which is so focused on sort of reducing that gap between, you know, your circumstances and possibility, circumstances and opportunity. Eventually that concretized, and I'm in love with education now. I want to do this for the rest of my life.
Talk a bit about what it was at KIPP that enabled that ability to think about college as an opportunity for you to concretize.
College was being talked about every day. And I'm in the 5th grade, and it's like, you know, in the moment, it's kind of like, I don't really know that full dynamics or scope of what that means, but you hear it every day so much, you're like, this must mean something. That sort of language and that sort of like those kind of interactions and conversations, they sediment over time, and they really make you just care so much about it.
Now, did you stay connected to KIPP when you were in high school?
I did. So there was KIPP to and through college counselors that were from my middle school who were also sort of working with us, reaching out to us, always making sure, hey, like, are you thinking about college? Making sure we were just on track, 1, and then 2, where exactly are you deciding to go? Is it conducive for you? Is it a great fit?
So where'd you go to college?
Howard University, Washington, D.C. #1 HBCU in the world.
And what was your experience like at Howard?
Amazing. I feel like I got the best education I could have asked for. I majored in philosophy. I'm so grateful that I went there because, like, all my philosophy professors looked just like me. Every single conversation, no matter what it was about philosophy, came back to me, my classmates, who we were in the world. So I felt like I was in intellectual heaven, you know.
So you're in a PhD program, don't need to get the master's, go right to PhD. So talk to us about what you're studying.
I'm primarily studying existentialism, which is simply the study of human existence. So then, you know, it's Africana philosophy, wherever Black people are, how are we thinking, how are we situated? Thirdly, I would say I'm sort of in between this like Black critical theory and, I don't know, critical phenomenology sort of vein. So I'm just really still trying to figure out my lived experience and people just like me. So yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. You really described how from KIPP to Howard to Emory, how your educational journey has been so formative for you. Speak a bit more broadly about what this educational journey has meant for you and what you'd want others to know about the power and possibility of educational opportunity.
You know, there's a big anti-intellectual movement going on right now. People feel like college isn't important anymore, and it's really harmful. So to me, education is everything. And if you're talking about coming from a really tough, really bad environment, it was my gateway. So I know for so many other people, for my friends I went to Howard with, yes, their gateway too.
So once you become Dr. Sykes, what's next?
You know, hopefully I'm a professor of philosophy somewhere. I want to influence some Black kid who's just trying to figure out life. If I can do the same thing for another student, that would mean the world to me.
We have about 123,000 KIPPsters who go to our schools now.
Yeah.
And what would you say to them, given your journey?
Education is one of those things that does matter 100%. And the world's gonna make you feel like it doesn't. It means more now than probably ever. Take education very seriously. It means so much. Every class, take it serious, be curious, fall in love with curiosity.
Fall in love with curiosity. That's
yeah.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. But we're so proud of you. I mean, you're so amazing. Obviously, you have stuff that, in you that I know would have manifested itself no matter what, but I'm just very proud that KIPP had even a small part of helping to shape you into this amazing young man and leader that you are, and just can't wait to see what comes next.
Thank you
so much. Thank you for your time today.
Of course. Thank you so much. Yeah.